So you make something and you're thinking about selling it online, but you're not quite sure if you're ready to get started or what exactly you need to know in order to sell online. In today's video, I'm going to tell you 5 things you need to know and have sorted out before you're ready to sell online. G'day there! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jess and I teach makers just like you how to turn your handmade hobby into a thriving, profitable business via Create and Thrive. My blog, podcast, YouTube channel, membership, e-courses and lots more. I myself have my own successful handmade business that I've been running since 2008, and I've been fully self-employed thanks to that business since 2010. That business is called Ethereal, and you can check it out in the comments if you'd like to have a sneaky peek. Let's get started with today's video. So you want to sell online, but maybe you don't know where to start, maybe you don't know if you have the right stuff sorted out. Today I want to share 5 things that are going to be imperative to your success selling online. But before we start, why would you want to sell online? Why not just sell at markets or to shops? Here are some reasons. You can accept orders while you sleep. I don't know about you, but I love waking up in the morning, checking my email and finding out I've made money while I've been basically doing nothing. It's pretty awesome. You're more likely to be accepted by retailers. So if you do actually want to sell to shops, if you have an online shop already and you can show that you're getting sales, you're way more likely for retailers to accept you. And if you want to know more about that, I'll put a card here so you can go check out my last video, Are You Ready to Sell to Shops? You don't have to have heaps of stock already made. If you do a lot of markets, you probably have heaps of stock lying around. Some of it sells, some of it doesn't. You're never quite sure which. But if you sell online, especially if you use the reproducible model like I do, I'll talk about that more in another video, you don't have to have any stock made. You can just make it when people buy it. And that is pretty awesome. It keeps your overheads low and it keeps, your house relatively empty because it's not filling up with stuff. You can reach your ideal customer no matter where they live, no matter where they are in the world. You can sell to them if you have an online shop. You can start selling for a really low initial cost. I mean, if you want to sell somewhere like Etsy, it's super cheap. It's like 20 cents to list one item. So you could fill your shop up for just a couple of dollars. That's pretty awesome. There's no other place that you can just go and sell your stuff basically for almost nothing. So, and not to mention, you can do it from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to be going to shops or going to markets. You can just start selling right now, today. And of course, an online shop makes it really easy for people to buy your work. If you're already talking about your work online and sharing it, why wouldn't you make it available to buy? Okay, so you've got this thing you like making. I've convinced you that selling online is probably a good idea and something you want to try. What are those 5 things? Well, number 1 is an attractive and useful product. When you start selling rather than just making for yourself, it changes your relationship with what you make. You can't necessarily just make exactly what you want when you want it anymore because you're going to start making things for another person. So you need to make sure that the products you are putting in your online shop are attractive and useful to other people. Chances are, no matter what you make, there's going to be a market for it. But it's a really good idea to just, maybe do a bit of market research, put your stuff out there on Instagram or Facebook, or even ask friends and family and see what they have to say about your product. Of course, friends and family might not be the best choice because they'll tend to be nice to you and tell you what you want to hear rather than what you need to hear. So maybe go a bit further afield, join an Etsy team or hop on a Facebook group and try and get a bit of feedback on your work that way before you put it out there into the world to buy. Number 2 is a brand. You'll see a lot of people who start selling online who really don't know what they're about. If you don't have a clear idea of what your brand is, what your business stands for, who your ideal customer is, you'll probably find that your shop looks like a hodgepodge of stuff. Like somebody's walked into a secondhand shop or a boutique that doesn't know what it's about. You really want to think about who your customer is, what they're interested in, what sort of vibe you want to be putting across to draw the right people into you. And that's what a brand is all about. Now, this doesn't have to be something you have completely sorted out at the beginning. Lord knows I did not. My brand for Ethereal developed organically over a couple of years. But, if you're a bit smarter than I was, you'll have a bit more thought put into it from the beginning so that you have it set up so your shop looks professional from the get-go. Think about the sort of colors you want to be using. Think about the sort of fonts. Think about the styling of your photographs. All of those things come together to create a cohesive brand. And when people land on a shop that has a conscious, cohesive brand, they can tell. It's very different to landing on a shop where the person has no idea and they're just throwing things up there willy-nilly hoping to get a sale. So think about that and put together some sort of brand that will tell people straight away if they are the right customer for you when they land in your shop. So number 3, once you have an attractive, useful product and you've worked out who your ideal customer is and the brand you're going to use to attract that ideal customer, you need to take excellent product photos. When you are selling online, this is absolutely key. If your photos are bad, you will not sell things. So you need to work on creating beautiful, clear, crisp product photos that show your products as true to life as possible. Because remember, the person buying them can't pick them up, they can't feel them, they can't turn them over, they can't sniff them. I don't know, who'd be sniffing? I guess soap, perfume, right? So you need to make sure that the photos really show the product to its absolute fullest potential, so your potential customers can go, yes, that's something I want, or no, that's not right for me at this point in time. There are, of course, heaps of obvious basics, things that you need to get right, like don't have blurry photos, don't use flash, try to use natural light where possible, etc. But this takes time and experimentation. If you aren't comfortable with taking product photos or it's not something you've done before, don't stress. Just have a look. I've got heaps of info over on my website, Create and Thrive. I even have an ebook that teaches you exactly how to do this. I'll put the link to that in the description below if you'd like to check that out as well. And really work hard on this. I can't stress enough how important this is to your success with selling online. You really, really need beautiful product photos. And if it's just something you can't figure out, it might be something you consider investing in hiring someone to do it for you. It's that important. Okay, number 4, you've got your product, your brand, and your photos. How are you going to get people to your shop? You need SEO, my friend. That is, you need to have an understanding of search engine optimization. Not only to bring Google traffic to you, but if you're selling somewhere like Etsy, to bring traffic from the platform to your shop. So you need to understand what sort of keywords people are going to be using to look for the thing that you're making. That's the easiest way to come up with the right words. Put yourself separate yourself a bit from your product and say, if I was looking for this product in a search engine, what words would I type in there? Those are the words that you need to put in your title, in your tags, and in your description. Those are the words you need to include. And remember, a keyword is not necessarily just one word. It can be what's called a long tail keyword that has multiple words. So, if I was, these are earrings that I make, what are some of the keywords? Share with me in the comments below. I'll just get a bit closer. What would you put into a, search engine to look for these earrings? Well, of course, I could tell you because I have a listing in my shop. Don't cheat and look at it, by the way. But yeah, think about it that way. What words would you put into a search engine to look for this pair of earrings? Do the same with your product. What words are people going to be used? Don't fall into the trap of calling your product some cutesy name that nobody's ever going to search for. You can give it a name, but put it at the end. Don't put it at the beginning, and use it more for you to keep track of your products than as a sales device, basically. Make sure that you stay practical with those titles and those tags in order to help people find your work. Pro tip, with those photos you just took, make sure when you name them that you include those keywords, because that will help them show up in image searches on Google, which could get more eyes on your shop. Number 5 might be something that you didn't expect. It's actually courage. It can be scary starting a new business. In fact, I don't know anyone who has started a business who hasn't been a little bit terrified. It's normal. What you need is the courage to do it anyway. Business is all about experimentation, trying new things, iteration, doing something, then doing it again a little bit better the next time, and the next time, and the next time. You're never finished, and that is part for me, what is so exciting about it. But you need to have the courage to take the step and put your stuff out there, even if it's not perfect the first time, because spoiler, it won't be. It never is. You will always be able to make it better in future. Heck, if I go back and look at my first products, oh my goodness, the photos are terrible, the titles are terrible, everything was terrible. But hey, I sold some anyway, and that gave me the kick to keep going. And in the end, I got there, and you can too. So don't be afraid to just do it. Put yourself out there, take those photos, come up with a brand, open that shop, get your stuff out into the marketplace, and then you can work on making it better and growing your business over time. At the end of the day, you need to believe that you are worthy of success. You are worthy of making this thing happen, and only you can make it happen. So don't keep waiting until everything is perfect. Sure, you need these things. You need an awesome product. You need a great brand. You need fantastic photos. You need to have a good handle on SEO. But these are all things that you can learn, and they're things that you can just improve on over time. Get your stuff out there and then keep improving it and see your shop grow. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps other people to find it. And of course, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, so that you get access to my future videos on how to turn your handmade hobby into a thriving, profitable business. And if you want a little bit of help, if you think you want to get started somewhere like Etsy, for example, I have something just for you. It's called my Etsy Quick Start Guide. It's absolutely free. You can grab it right now. Look in the description below, and I will put a link to it. It's a checklist. If you just go through every single step on there, you'll make sure to have a fantastic Etsy shop set up by the end of it, and you won't miss any vital steps in the process. So head on over to createandthrive.com/Etsy guide, or again, the link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching me again. I'm Jess and I'll be back again soon with another video. Bye for now.